Independent National Electoral Commission deletes names of over 1 million multiple registrants. Zamfara state government to implement minimum wage soon. Nigeria joins Ghana, Rwanda and others to deliver health services via drones. On business, Senate and Minister disagree over 12.43 trillion naira budget deficit. On international news, crowds gather as Queen's coffin goes on display in London. On sports news, Rivers United and Plateau United can emulate Eyimba United. Hello there and thanks for joining us. That was the headlines for Standard Voice Television News. I am Rahama Ibrahim Dusera with the news and details. In efforts to clean up new voter registrations, the Independent National Electoral Commission says it has delisted 1,126,359 out of the 2,523,458 voter registrants from its register. This is contained in a statement by the National Commissioner and Chairman, Information and Voter Education Committee, Festus Okoye, and made available to newsmen on Monday.
Obviously, certainly, when the registers are published, there will still be room for claims and counterclaims. And should there be any Nigeria who finds out that his chances of exercising his franchise was affected by this singular exercise, I encourage such Nigeria to actually make the claim known. But of course, two things that strikes the court for me with the immediate release of this verdict from my neck on the delisting of Nigerians, considering how speedy it was, I would have expected that the continuous voter registration would have lasted longer than is actually expected, because this was on the premise that INEC gave the reason why it need to end the CVR, the continuous voter registration earlier on. But we can see that in just about 30 days, INEC has been able to clean up the records. So it's commendable.
According to the Commission, several double, multiple and ineligible registrants have also been detected and invalidated. The cleaning up of the register of voters using the automated biometric identification system is ongoing since the suspension of the continuous voter registration on 31st July 2022. Earlier, the Commission informed Nigerians that out of the 2,523,458 fresh registrants that registered between 28 June 2021 and 14 January 2022, 1,126,359 records were found to be invalid and consequently delisted. The federal government on Tuesday distributed food and non-food items to 2,400 internally displaced persons and their host communities in Zamfara State. The distribution of the items was launched by the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, Hajia Sadia Umar Farouk, through the National Commission of Refugees, Migrants and Internally Displaced Persons. For more on the story, Kulsum has more details.
Speaking briefly at the event, the minister said the gesture was from President Muhammadu Buhari. The minister said more of that is coming as Buhari's administration is committed to the well-being of the internally displaced persons in the country. The food items which would be provided to 400 households includes bags of rice and other grains, cooking oil, cartons of pasta and indomie, while the non-food items consist of toiletries, mattresses, blankets, mats, mosquito nets, brocades and many other items. A medical outreach for 1,000 beneficiaries was also carried out under the project Total Health. 500 people would benefit from free eye care, surgery, and 500 residents would also be taken care of through medical outreach program. Umukuthu Muhammad reporting for SVTV News.
The Zamfara State Head of Service, Alhaji Kabiru Gari, while delivering a remark at 4th Quadrennial Delegates Conference of the Association of Senior Civil Servants of Nigeria, ASCSN, Zamfara State Chapter, which took place in Gusau, said labor unions should remain calm as the state government has reached 70% of preparations to implement the 30,000 naira minimum wage. The head of service, who was represented by the Permanent Secretary, Office of the Head of Service, Alhaji Yusuf Bakura, said the lingering issue between the state government and the labor unions concerning the national minimum wage will soon be over. In his part, chairperson of the Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, Comrade Sani Halliru, who was represented by the acting secretary, Comrade Abubakar Gusau, called on workers to support NLC and TUC in their quest to ensure welfare of workers, especially the issue of 30,000 naira minimum wage. In his inaugural speech, the newly elected chairman of the ASCSN, Comrade Saidu Mudi, called on the state government to look into workers' demand and vowed to work assiduously with other labor unions to fight for workers' rights. Governor Bello Matawale of Zamfara State has flagged off distribution of 3,000 metric tons of fertilizer to farmers. The governor said any farmer who wishes to buy could be paid as cash and carry. He said the rationale behind taking the cash and carry action is to avoid any form of defaulting to pay for the product, like what happened last year when some farmers defaulted to pay back their money to the state government after getting the fertilizer. He cautioned benefiting farmers not to tamper with the fertilizer to black marketers and urged them to make use of the product.
The Registered Farmers Association in the state has a subsidiary rate of 15,000 naira per bag. In the previous year, the sales of fertilizer were on a loan basis. The farmers usually make deposit of their total loan requirement and settle the remaining balances after their harvest. Sadly enough, however, the government has been finding it extremely difficult to retrieve the funds from some ill-behaved farmers. This program has been intended the government's effort to provide the farmers with much-needed fertilizer and other farm implements. To address this issue, the government deems it most appropriate to sell the farmers the fertilizer on a cash and carry basis and at no subsidized rate. It is therefore our expectation that our farmers will cooperate with the current initiative and key so as to maximally benefit from the gesture. Similarly,
the governor assured that his administration will remain committed to give priority on agriculture for the improvement of food security, economic growth and development of the state. Troops of the Nigerian Army have killed scores of bandits and rescued 10 hostages in the Chikun and Igabi local government areas of Kaduna State. The State Commissioner for Internal Security and Home Affairs, Samuel Aruwan, in a statement on Tuesday said the troops neutralized the bandits while on clearance operations across the 2 LGAs and recovered some weapons. Mr. Aruwan said the troops, after clearing out the bandits, stormed hideouts and rescued 10 kidnapped victims who were chained and tied with troops. He identified the chained hostages as Siraju Aliyu, Ayuba Yakubu Ibrahim Abdurrashid, Aliyu Muhammad Magaji Tasiu, Nasiru Ahmad Muhammad Ibrahim, Ayuba Abdul Salam, Kelvin Musa, and Paul Patrick. Nigeria has made history joining other countries of the world like Ghana and Rwanda to easily and timely ferry needed medical commodities, including vaccines and blood across difficult terrains with drones. This is as Instant Logistics Drone Services operator Zipline has just commenced commercial deliveries of medical commodities through drones to health facilities in Kaduna State. The company announced that initial deliveries have been successfully made to Galadimawa HC and Kauru local government area, among other facilities. It said the health facilities are among several medical centers in Kaduna earmarked to be rolled onto Zipline's logistic platform for the speedy dispensing of healthcare. The distribution center located in Pambegwa, Kaduna State, in the first hub to be opened in Nigeria to support the government's efforts to send medical logistics to health facilities within the state. General Manager of Zipline Nigeria, Ms. Catherine Udias, said since Zipline commissioned the distribution hub in June 2022, adding that it has been working with the Aviation Regulatory Authority to finalize the required approvals to operate these autonomous aerial vehicles in Kaduna. She stated that the successful completion of the approval processes paved the way for the start of commercial flights. 5 people were injured from a suspected smuggled gas that exploded in Barbara local government area of Jigawa State. Spokesman of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps of Jigawa State Command Adam Shehu, who confirmed the incident to newsmen, said the explosion also damaged shops and houses. He said 17 shops and 5 houses were damaged by the inferno caused by the explosion. Mr. Adamu said the incident occurred on Monday after security operatives on stop and search in the area flagged down a truck conveying 25 gas cylinders. He alleged that the driver of the truck refused to stop while being pursued by the operatives, resulting in one of the cylinders falling off the truck and catching fire immediately. He added that the vehicle was from Tinkim town in Magaria local government area of Niger Republic heading toward Hadija local government area of Jigawa. Mr. Adamu said the victims are currently receiving treatment at the Barbara General Hospital. Let's have our business updates with Amina Kabir Sarki.
Audio Jungle.
Thank you, Rama Ibrahim. And on business update. The Senate Committee on Finance has disagreed with the Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed, as well as heads of revenue-generating agencies in the country on the proposed 2023-2025 medium-term expenditure framework and fiscal strategy paper. The Finance Minister at the interactive session held on Tuesday informed the committee that the proposed 17.67 trillion naira budget for 2023 would have a deficit of 12.43 trillion naira as a result of projected 6 trillion naira tax and import duty waivers as well as fuel subsidy for over 6 trillion naira if retained for the whole year. The committee chairman, Olamilekon Adiola, told the minister that both the projected 12.43 trillion naira budget deficit and 6 trillion naira tax and import duty waivers should be critically reviewed downwards before sending the proposals to the National Assembly for consideration and approval. Mr. Adiola told the minister to look into the list of beneficiaries of the waivers for required downwards review to 3 trillion naira with attendant reduction of 12.43 trillion naira deficit figure. Still on business, the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries said Nigeria's oil production plunged to 972,000 barrels per day in August 2022, as Angola and Libya overtook Nigeria by producing higher volumes of crude during the review months. OPEC disclosed this in its September 2022 report, confirming the figures released recently by the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission. Newsmen learned that last week in Nigeria's crude oil production slumped below 1 million barrels per day in August 2022, the lowest ever in several years. It revealed that oil production in Nigeria dropped in August 2022, crashing below 1 million barrels per day to 972,394 BPD, the lowest ever recorded in years. It stated that figures from the NUPRC indicated that the country's oil production dropped from 1,899 BPD in July to 972,394 BPD in August. Confirming this in its September 2022 oil sector report released on Tuesday. OPEC stated that the drop of Nigeria's oil production made Angola and Libya to overtake Nigeria in oil output. That's all for business updates. I am Aminat Kabir Sarki. Thank you for watching and keep watching Standard Voice Television.
Thank you, Amina, and on international news. King Charles III leads a procession of the coffin of his mother, Queen Elizabeth II, through London on Wednesday before people pay their final respects. 6 days after the Queen's death in Scotland, Queen Elizabeth's body will be borne on a horse-drawn gun carriage from her Buckingham Palace home to Westminster Hall, where she will remain for 4 days until her funeral Monday.
Their party stands still. Their party 8 paces outward, march. Their party inward, turn. By the left, quick, march.
The King and other senior royals are expected to walk in silence behind the hearse as it winds through the capitals and the hold of vigil upon its arrival at the Cavana's 12th Century Hall in the Westminster Parliament Complex. And let's have our sports update with Omokoso Mohammed.
Thank you, Rahma Ibrahim, and now in sports. Former Nigerian midfielder Henry Nwosu believes the duo of Rivers United and Plateau United can repeat Enyimba FC's success in the CAF Champions League if they maintain positive approach to every game. Records has it that Rivers United defeated Liberian side Watanga FC 3-0 in the first leg of the qualifying game, while Plateau United were held to a 2-2 by Stade Manji of Gabon in the CAF Champions League. The 1980 Africa Cup of Nations winner stated that Rivers and Plateau United must display a sense of determination, hunger and zeal to pick up points away from home. Enyimba have won the CAF Champions League twice in 2003 and 2004, as well as 2 African Super Cups in 2004 and 2005. To make them the most successful club in Nigeria. Still in sports, Bayern Munich manager Julian Nagelsmann has expressed delight that Robert Lewandowski failed to score against the Bavarians at the Allianz Arena. Goals from Lucas Hernandez and Leroy Sane was enough for the Bundesliga champions to beat Barca in the Champions League group fixture on Tuesday. Speaking after the game, Nagelsmann stated that he's happy the Polish striker did not score against Bayern Munich. And that's all we have in sports updates for today. Omokoso Mohammed saying thanks for watching. Do have a nice day. Keep watching Standard Voice Television.
Thank you, Omokusum, and that's all we have for today's package. But before we go, let's take a recap at the major headlines. Independent National Electoral Commission deletes names of over 1 million multiple registrants. Zamfara state government to implement minimum wage soon. Nigeria joins Ghana, Rwanda and others to deliver health services via drones. On business, Senate and Minister disagree over 12.43 trillion naira budget deficit. On international news, crowds gather as Queen's coffin goes on display in London. On sports news, Rivers United and Plateau United can emulate Enyimba United. On behalf of the production team, Head of News and Current Affairs, I still remain Rahma Ibrahim. Stay tuned for the House of Action with Abdul Majid Badamasi Anka.